Target alignment at 50%.
Okay, so Trevelyan has a set path that you can follow, so if you chase him around, it makes it a lot easier. Like, he goes on a route. Can I hit him?
I expected more from you.
But look at that, right there, you can see his shadow is attached to his feet, and you kind of, yet again, you notice just how ugly the game is.
I expected more from you.
But yeah, just do this for a little bit, and it'll be okay. So,
You know, James, I've always thought I had let over you.
exciting, intuitive boss fight. Done well. Sarcasm's that. Just get used to seeing this for like 5 minutes, because that's pretty much going to be the extent of it. And then they throw in unlimited enemies because, you know, they were like, hey, we need to add some variety to this. What do you say we take that bad game design choice we did earlier and just put it in here? Come on, keep at it. Let me take a second here. Try and heal up. Alright, go. In reality, I think having the shotgun might have helped. See, I wasn't sure if this was actually going to work, because this is how I did it when I did beat the game, was I've learned that you could follow him. Where did he go? Oh, he disappeared. Well, that's great. Yeah, no, he disappeared. You can't kill him right here. That's just so weird, though. Well, that worked out pretty alright. I'm not gonna lie. Like, part of me was in focus mode, and I was like, oh, right, no, I should talk. I should talk. Yeah, no, if you actually try and play it seriously, it doesn't work. So what you need to do is you just need to stalk him. I believe...
For England, James.
No. For me.
all right?
Now? Yes.
Hold that thought.
Bond here.
Well done, 007. We've received confirmation that the GoldenEye satellite was destroyed, and we've been in touch with the Prime Minister and the Russian Ambassador about both Orumov and Trevelyan. I'd like a full and detailed report on my desk by Monday next, complete with all operational specifics and a full list of recommendations.
Em,
I've instructed Mr.
Are you
Tanner
there?
to offer you his complete assistance.
I think you're breaking up.
Thank you. I could have done that myself.
Okay. I think I just want to save analysis for the credits real quick. So I don't know if it's going to play the credits or not, or if credits is a thing I have to put in from the menu. So analysis in a second or two. Alright, cool, it does it on its own, even better. Alright, yeah, no, the cradle was exaggerated, but honestly I think I did a better job on that than I did the solar. So, yeah, they, yet again, they had some direct quote lines. For England, James? No, for me. But, like, he didn't shoot him off. What happened was they were on, like, this itty-bitty little platform. They went down some ladder, and James got knocked down. Trevelyan did the little slide thing, knocked him further down, and they fought, and then Trevelyan ends up falling over. James catches him by his leg, and that's where he says, for England, James? No, for me. He lets go Trevelyan. Trevelyan falls to his death, and then followed by that, James jumps on the helicopter, then the entire cradle falls, and then kills Trevelyan. So that's the way it actually goes. Yeah, no sign of Boris at all. The other bits, which I was thinking about, because there was some more little pivotal lines in there, was I don't remember what part James said it, but there was one part where they try and pull the gun on Natalia. I think it was the archives actually, or no, it was the train. Okay, so yeah, I meant to mention this on the train where like, because Trevelyan started making fun of Bond, and he's like, "Oh, lovely girl, she tastes like cherries." I wouldn't know. And then like he threatens to kill her, and he's like, "Go ahead, she means nothing to me." And then later when they go in Cuba, they do all lovey romantic shit, and then she's like, "Oh, you don't really mean that." And he's like, "Rule number one, always call their bluff." And then she also got mad 'cause she's like, "It's all you do, you're all about killing," and shit like that. And then later, when Trevelyan has them both held, and Boris is trying to crack the code, pull the gun on James, and then Natty says, "Do it, he means nothing to me." So that was a nice little bit they had in the movie that they could have implemented in the game, I suppose. You know, if they bothered including Boris in it all, or making it true to the game film. I mean, it's a kind of a thing where, in general, this game wasn't as bad as I remember it, but it's not good still. And now that like I've seen the film recently, because the last time before I saw that, I don't know, it might have been like 2007, 2006, 2008 maybe, somewhere when I was a teenager and we were busy going through our film collection. So yeah, no, now that I saw it semi-recently, I can have this comparison and be like, wow, what the fuck was Activision doing? And then I can also be like, wow, Rare knew what they were doing. So that's the kind of thing that bothers me, is it feels like they didn't really try. Like, it feels like it was just kind of a cop-out idea that they figured get rich quick scheme. Like, that was it. It didn't feel like they really cared about this project, and I feel like it shows, because they're busy like changing this and that because they don't like this and that, and it's like, well, why do you even own the license to this character, this franchise, if you don't care about it? Like, I feel like it was just like, yeah, no, this will make money, and then like ever since they've owned it, they haven't had a single hit. So like the most they got was just the hype for this, and I stand by the idea that this isn't a good game, but the Wii's full of terrible games, in all fairness. But I will also say that this kind of has gotten me a little bit thinking about No More Heroes 2 in the sense of where, like, I kind of share opinions where, like, I think No More Heroes 2 is not nearly as good as the first one, yet everyone else swears it's better. So kind of a little bit of motivation there, just so I can, like, refresh my memory, see if it's as bad as I remember it. Because, like, I can think of a few things in that game that I just dread, and I just think aren't as good or aren't as interesting. So that's a thing where I kind of want to, like, tear that game apart as well. So, and also see if it is as bad as I remember or not. So, like, I'll just say that that's in the back of my mind. But I'm also thinking about doing the little have a few short games for a month kind of thing again, because there's a couple, and now that we've got this HD recording I can do, because there's two in particular, one on the Wii U, and then I can do one Game Boy game and then call it like that. Because originally I was thinking about, I mentioned I was like, yeah, Wario Land 2 or 3, that was yeah, fantastic. Give me a sec. Okay. Beautiful design choice. That's why most Wii games have interactive credits. Yeah, I mentioned Wario Land 2 or 3 bluntly. I don't really know if I'll ever do those, just because Wario Land 3 is really cryptic, and then and both of them are nothing at all like Wario Land 1, and I don't really like it that much. So I don't know. Maybe one day I might care about it, but I'm gonna say no time soon. There's also a Wii U, I don't know if I want to call it hack and slash beat 'em up. There's something like that I'm in the mood for. So I'm thinking about that. And I'll also go, no, I think I mentioned that in something else. Alright, so I'm not going to go in depth about that. But there's some PS4 game I'm thinking about. Because originally the plan was to start on the GameCube version of it and then move forward, but I don't like that idea because I kind of like the PS4 version of the game a little bit more. It'll make sense one day, but yeah. Yeah, No More Heroes 2 is just pretty much the main thing on my mind. That, and then those short game, which I'll probably just do that at some point. Right now, I'm gonna take a break. I need a break. I need to eventually get the last bit of footage of this edited out, and then I can live my life for like a week or two. Because believe it or not, I've tried that whole everyday thing. I don't know how people do it. That's so tiring. That's so exhausting. Like, it's weird to think of this as a stressful thing, because I wouldn't really classify it as that. But I will say, when you try and pump out stuff all the time, it gets draining. So that's why I like to take breaks. That, and I also feel like once I've done all the games I want, I'll probably stop, but I always seem to find new stuff, which I think is good. I didn't pay attention to the programmers so I could give them shit. Cast James Bond, Daniel Craig. M. Judi Dench, Tanner. I can tell you straight up, none of the, well, most of those are not the actual people. So, you know, M and, well, yeah, M's pretty much the only one that's accurate. I mean, Craig is cool and all, but he's not Pierce Brosnan, so it's not accurate as far as I'm concerned. But I will give credits to Craig on this, though. He's a lot more cooperative than any of the other James Bonds, because Pierce, like, voiced one game, and that was it. As to where Craig has voiced just about every game he's been in. So he's voiced Legends, Bloodstone, this, and I'm pretty sure he's also voiced Quantum as well. So that's literally all the stuff Activision's pumped out. He's been super cooperative. James Bond will return. That was the other thing. Bloodstone's next James Bond. That'll be the next James Bond I do. And it is a good game, so I will look forward to it. It's also, like, not a film-based one. It's kind of more like the Nightfire thing, where they just make up a story and they do that. So it's good, but it's not Nightfire good. It's better than this, but the main flaw it has is identity crisis. But other than that, it's an awesome game. So yeah, I look forward to that. So you can look forward to that in about a year's time or so. I'm Jace4. I'm done talking. See you guys later.